Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Daily Mail columnist Maureen Callahan writes, Meghan issued a statement on Sunday afternoon, day 5 of this apocalypse. Gird your loins for this one. I am thankful to my partners at Netflix. Those are your bosses, Meghan, not your peers. For supporting me. Me. In delaying the launch as we focus on the needs of those impacted by the wildfires in my home state of California. It was vintage Meghan, verbose, vague, meaningless, and thoroughly unnecessary. Because, really, who cares about what Meghan Markle is doing or not doing, especially now? Who cares about her ridiculous new Netflix show, already tone-deaf before the fires? Not the vast majority of Los Angelenos, that's for sure. Most American families are still struggling in this economy, yet here's Meghan playing Marie Antoinette in a rented mansion with her ladybug cupcakes and long hair hanging over these ostensible edibles. As for who made the call to postpone this turkey, forgive me if I'm doubtful that Meghan did so unilaterally. More likely to my mind is that Netflix, knowing how damaging the optics would be, pressed pause on this flop in waiting. But it doesn't really matter because I, for one, am not buying the premise that Meghan much cares about anyone other than herself. And the only thing likely to be cooked in that kitchen is Meghan's reputation, scorched beyond repair. In The Independent, Tessa Dunlop writes about Harry and Meghan touring Los Angeles after the fires. In many ways, the couple's little walkabout was reminiscent of the late Queen and Prince William's arrival at the 2017 Grenfell Tower disaster, a timely appearance that upstaged the then Prime Minister Theresa May and went down in a storm. But there is a key difference. William and his grandmother were full-time working royals, engaged in the long-established routine of glad handling and acknowledging, listening and platforming in the name of the British state. Hurrah for the institution of monarchy, which acts as a block against any insinuation that its members might be in pursuit of self-gain. As we all well know, the royal family have more than enough. In stark contrast, Harry and Meghan very publicly exited the royal stage to go it alone in 2020. Harry was adamant that they would continue to serve, insisting that a life of service did not depend on royal handouts. Crucially, the Sussex formula involved making enough money to fund a celebrity Montecito lifestyle while maintaining their philanthropic identity. Channeled through the Archibald Foundation and various tours, both overseas and now in the fire-stricken districts of L.A. It is this hybrid identity that trips up Duchess Meghan's efforts at altruism. First and foremost, she is an actor, a respectfully ambitious woman who made it in a tough industry on her own. That primary image is now tempered by an apparent broader queenly desire to be seen as something bigger, more profound, a philanthropic influencer, a community player, and it doesn't wash. Plottish Prince Harry could probably get away with a back-slapping, hand-shaking existence as a modern equivalent of the Duke of Windsor, on the basis that once a prince, always a prince. But Meghan is a harder sell. She married into royalty but rejected the life that came with it, much of which is premised on funded philanthropy while opting to keep the Duchess title and do her own thing. However unfair it feels, there will always be a lingering suspicion that Meghan's end goal is not the philanthropic mission, but rather the Sussex brand. PR expert Edward Coram James told Express.co.uk, I think Meghan is stuck between two identities, the every woman and the Duchess. She needs to pick a lane. If Meghan wants to be aspirational, she should embrace her ex-royal identity and lean into the glamour, the intrigue and the exclusivity. Stop pretending to be relatable and instead own the fact that she has a life most people can't imagine. Own the out-of-touch narrative but flip it. I've lived in rarefied spaces and I want to use that access to make a change. Meghan could also take a page from the playbook of celebrities like Taylor Swift or even Diana in her later years. They leaned into their flaws, embraced their missteps, and spoke directly to the public without over-polishing their image. Meghan's audience might love her more if she openly confronted controversies like royal family tensions without playing it so safe or controlled. With a differing opinion, an insider told The Express, Meghan feels like this Netflix show will be the perfect revenge for all her doubters and haters. She is so confident it's going to do well and she will get the accolades she deserves for it, which will finally shut some people up. She can't wait. She's riding high again and she's so proud of this show. People tend to underestimate her, but Meghan knows what the audience wants and she is giving them that with this show. Wendell Pierce, best known to Suits fans as Robert Zane, Meghan Markle's on-screen dad, is back in the spotlight, and he's bringing a bit of royal banter with him. Now starring in the CBS police drama Elsbeth, Pierce couldn't resist a cheeky nod to his former co-star Meghan Markle. In an upcoming episode set to air January 30th, Pierce's character, Captain Charles Wallace Wagner, assigns the titular detective Elsbeth a homicide case. As he describes the crime scene, Wagner quips about its celebrity connections. The last place he was seen was some fancy spa where celebrities and the royals go to. And then, in a laugh-out-loud moment, he adds, the global press were already trying to frame Meghan Markle, and she wasn't even there. Palace Intrigue will be right back. Starting this Sunday, Palace Intrigue expands with Palace Weekly, a conversational deep dive into the week's most significant royal stories. Look for this additional free episode in your feed around 9 a.m. Eastern, complementing our regular Sunday episode release at its usual time. Premium subscribers, your Sunday mornings get even better. You'll also receive Deep Crown's exclusive weekly bonus episode. And want to join our premium community? Apple Podcast users can simply click the banner to subscribe. For just $4.99 a month, you'll get Palace Intrigue and over 20 other Calaroga Shark Media Network podcasts, all commercial-free. If you're not on Apple Podcasts, check the show notes for subscription links to other players. And don't miss out on more Royal Insights. Subscribe to Deep Crown's Royal Insider newsletter, completely free at deepcrown.co.uk. That's 3 Sunday episodes, our regular morning episode, the new Palace Weekly, and for premium subscribers, Deep Crown's bonus content, plus a free newsletter to keep you informed between episodes. Cancer patient Peter Burton met Princess Catherine during her visit to the Royal Marsden. Burton told the Mirror, I was told we were going to be meeting a VIP, and my guess was that it was going to be Prince William, but to my surprise, it was Her Royal Highness. Speaking to Kate, who herself has been through cancer, was really special. It felt like she could genuinely empathize with me and what I'm going through. When you see the royal family on TV, they are carrying out a role, but Kate was extremely personable, genuinely interested in what I had to say, and took time one-on-one with me and every patient. She visited the day unit, which is where people are actually having treatment, so it was business as usual, which made it even more genuine and made you realize she was there because she genuinely wanted to be there, and not just for a photo op. We spoke about how often people think about cancer patients rather than the family looking after them, which can be difficult. It was something she was really able to relate to, having felt the same with her husband and children. It was also nice to learn that Kate herself was treated at the Royal Marsden. It means she can really relate to patients like me. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify or Apple, or head on over to YouTube now, and you can become a subscriber to the show. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.